You are poolside here in Vegas at the International Pool Tour. Earlier today in round 2 action, Efren Reyes, the magician, went Q-to-Q with fellow Filipino Francisco Bustamante. Efren, the IPT King of the Hill champ. Bustamante, one of the most lethal shot makers in pool history. Tight match between the two masters of 8-ball, going back and forth, with Reyes finally coming through in an 8-6 victory. All right, that was earlier in round 2 action. Mike, do you still have recurring nightmares of Efren Reyes, the man who shellacked you in the finals of the King of the Hill tournament a few months ago?
Well, a little bit of nightmares, but I'm going to redeem myself in the next event.
Well, of course, Earl Strickland has nightmares about his next opponent here in round 2. Austrian-born Gerda Hofstattor, who eliminated Earl the Pearl from the King of the Hill tournament. Before the match, Mary Strong caught up with Earl the Pearl and Ms. Hofstattor.
How bad do you want revenge today?
Well, I don't want revenge. I just want to win. That's all. I don't care if I'm playing a Martian. I just want to win. And but I have to play well to win. And last time I played her, I didn't make nothing on the break. But she played well. So.
You beat Earl once. What do you have to do to beat him again?
Oh, I don't know. I guess it has to go the same way. He has to break the balls nicely open and not make anything. That's what we need here.
Okay, so we pick up the action here. Strickland versus Hofstattor. Earl has jumped out to an early 4-2 lead in the rematch. And you know what people forget is that once you get past the antics, Earl Strickland from Roseboro, North Carolina, is arguably one of the greatest pool players ever.
You know, they're using the Sardo Tight Rack. That's the official rack of the International Pool Tour. It's the only rack in the world where you get a perfect rack every time. All the balls are always touching. That way it's totally fair for every player.
Look at that break. If you notice, the 8 didn't even move.
That's because that rack is so tight.
Yes.
And nothing drops.
Nothing dropped. Well, that's Gerda's wish is, her command. She's hoping that Earl breaks, opens the balls up, and does not make one. That gives Gerda a big advantage. The 8-ball is funny. A lot of times you make balls on the break, and sometimes you don't. It's hard to predict exactly what's going to happen, not like 9-ball or any other breaking game. I think that's the biggest problem right now, and you got 2 other balls that are not together, but it looks like you almost have to take solids here, in my opinion, so we'll see what she does.
Well, Gerda made it through round 1, and so did Earl. That's why they're here in round 2.
Oh.
Wow. And the tight pockets cost Gerda her first opportunity today.
Yes. Now, see, that's a little uncharacteristic. She didn't hit it bad, but she obviously missed the shot.
Now, what is Earl doing with the glove?
I don't know. Earl has got so many things now. He's got gloves. He actually breaks with weights on his. He tried to convince me. He goes, you want to break him real hard? Try with these weights like boxers use, and they weigh about 10 pounds each. I tried it for about 10 seconds and couldn't do it. Look at Earl.
Look at that.
Boy, Earl.
I gave it right back.
Earl, see, that's something else you don't want to do. You know, it's a lot of pressure playing the women. He's got an easy shot here. He just doesn't hit the pocket with it. I mean,
not even close.
Yeah, that's the pressure.
And this is a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest players ever.
Well, Mike, you know firsthand, a lot of the attitudes among the IPT players when you draw a good female competitor, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You're supposed to beat them, and if you do, well, then no big deal. But if you lose, you've lost something there, too.
Look at the shot she comes up with. I mean, that was an absolutely perfect shot. She shoots the stripe in. The cue ball goes in. I mean, she actually played that exactly the way it laid. She hit the solid balls. They happened to go in, which didn't matter. But now she has that stripe to go in the corner pocket. So that was a great, great shot. She still has problems. I'm looking ahead. She's got the 13 on the side. There's 2 balls, the 9 and 1. I can't tell if they're froze together or what. But that stripe ball, if it doesn't go, that's going to create another problem.
Pocket.
No, she's playing this. I really don't understand why she's playing this right off the bat, unless she just kind of rolls it in very softly. I don't know why she's not playing the... See, I mean, you know what?
She was trying to break up that. Yeah, which she did.
Yeah, which she did, right. I still didn't like that anyway, though. I think she could have used the other 2 balls that were together. That has created another problem. So this is not automatic yet. And Earl does not have an easy shot. If he even has a shot. I think he's actually playing a safety. Now, that's something you'll very rarely see Earl Strickland do, is play safe. And I don't know if he did a good job or not.
such a great player. I don't know what to do.
He was trying to actually stick right on the straight ball. Actually, Gerda did not leave Earl a shot. You watch the safety here when he's trying to stick it right on the 9. And he did, but she actually has a shot on the straight ball. See? Yeah, she has a shot, but this is by no means over.
There she is.
Well, she made a ball there, but it's like I said,
11 corner pocket.
actually she can run out this rack, but let's see what happens. I see there is a possibility.
You know, Gerda Hofstattor is one of the characters of the IPT. She's won a few Austrian fencing championships. She's an avid tennis player.
She has great form at the table. You know, I don't watch her play that much, but I know she beat Earl before, so that tells me she can beat anybody. Her problem is those 2 balls again to the left of the 8 ball. You see the 5 and the 13. I believe the 13 may go in the side pocket, or she may try and break them out. That's the decision she has to make right now. And that was a very nice shot, but she has another problem now.
People have to realize pool is now a sport with the International Pool Tour. These players, these athletes, are on their feet 10 to 12 hours a day playing pool.
Tell me about
for
it.
7 days in a row.
Tell me about that one.
It's a great point, Kevin. It's become really an endurance episode for a lot of players who have not been able to cut it in previous IPT events.
Well, mental and physical. Nice shot.
Boy, she makes a great shot
Boy,
there.
you can feel Earl stewing from his corner right here.
Well, he's got the lead 4-2.
Yeah, but this was a big game. This could have been 5-2 or 4-3, which is fairly even. See, that was a big, big game right there. Big game. Of course, it's not over yet. She's over a ball. This is not an easy shot.
Ooh.
Wow. And look where the cue ball goes. See what happened there? She overcut the 10, almost missed it, but lost what we call the cue ball. Now she has a very difficult shot on the 8. This does not have to go in. I can tell you that right now. And this is, again, she knows what the score is, so that actually adds more pressure to this shot.
For the game.
She missed it. She missed it. I'll tell you what, you know, that, of course, she's left Earl again.
Safe again.
In a very,
That's what he just said.
yeah, but this is a tough shot. This is a tough shot.
Oh, Earl couldn't get to his feet fast enough.
Well, it's actually a safe shot because see how easy he hit it? Even if he'd have missed, Gerda probably doesn't have a shot anyway, see, so. But that was a huge game, a lot of pressure. Now, this shot could be missed. I can tell you that right now. Boy.
7 in the corner.
He's still out of position here. Earl is all over the table.
Well, 8 ball is not Earl's game.
No, not at all.
It's 9 ball, right?
Yeah. I mean, he plays good 8 ball, too, but 9 ball is his best game. 8 ball, watch this. Wow, Earl. Boy, he's all over what we call the golf course.
He's fine there. Earl Strickland has taken a 5-2 lead over Gerda Hofstattor in the race to 8. Gerda needs a break to get back in it. More International Pool Tour when we return from Las Vegas.
When I started playing pool, I learned to play pool for love, not for money. I'm a very genuine player. I'm a very God-given, talented player. My toughest opponent is me. If I play well, when I break well, you're going to play hell beating me. I'm a great player, and you're never going to see another player like me, I'll promise you, ever. A player that plays fast, enjoyable to watch, kind of crazy, great shooter. You know what I mean? Maybe I might be undescribable.
Key round 2 matchup. Hall of Famer Earl the Pearl Strickland versus Gerda Hofstattor.
Now, you see where Earl put the cue ball? As far over as you can without, he makes the ball that time, 2. See, he was looking for a break spot. You have to break in between the 2 diamonds up table there. And he put the cue ball as far over as he could to change the angle of the cue ball and therefore made 2 balls, and now he likes it.
I'll play the 3 in the corner.
He's got to play this right off the bat. He doesn't like it. It's a pretty tough shot, but he has to play this to run the rack.
We saw Earl change cues there after he broke as well, which
Yes.
for the unindoctrinated, most players break with a separate cue.
And now he's got more problems because he's fairly straight on the rail with this blue ball. He actually got perfect on it, but if he's off the rail a little bit, he would have had an easy run out. Now he's got problems.
Pretty dumb.
Earl's commentating like pretty dumb, he said. Well,
4-ball, corner pocket.
this is a tough shot right here. He makes a nice shot there to get out in the open. Now he likes it.
1 ball in the corner.
The balls lay pretty well here. He can play the 1. He can follow up for the 5 in the side, I believe. And
5 in the side.
he actually has a problem with, I believe it's the 7 ball there. See, the 7, I think, only goes in 1 pocket.
2 in the corner.
He's a fast player.
Yeah, when the balls are open like this, Earl plays right. That's why in 9 ball, he likes to play this speed of pool, but in 8 ball, you cannot do
6
this
in the corner.
normally because the balls are congested a lot of times. Oh, I see the 7 goes right in. I didn't see the 7 goes past those 2 stripes.
Gerda Hofstattor getting more familiar with her seat with every shot.
What are you looking at? This far from it. You're funny. She was this far from the ball a while ago, and you were way over there.
The referee is obviously a little too close for Earl's liking.
Remember, they play foul on all balls. He may actually made a great run out here if he makes this, which I predict he will.
Earl Strickland has taken a commanding 6-2 lead against Gerda Hofstattor. Earl on the verge of avenging a previous loss to Gerda, and more importantly, on the verge of moving on to the next round here at the International Pool Tour.
The International Pool Tour is brought to you by NaturalCures.com. It's your alternative to drugs and surgery.
Back at the IPT, it's 8-ball in the most challenging competition in pool history. Earl Strickland proving a huge challenge to Gerda Hofstattor this time around. He now leads 7-2 in the race to 8.
Boy, Earl hit those well again.
Oh, he was looking over that hole like Brian Doyle Murray at the end of Caddyshack, waiting for it to drop.
Well, on a faster cloth, that would have fallen. See, that's the thing, too. The break is dramatically weakened unless you hit him so hard.
Now, this is the traditional nap cloth.
Yes,
Like
yes.
most of these players haven't played on this because this is what pool was designed to be played on.
Yes, exactly right. And now she makes a great shot here. Notice how she broke out the green ball. Those 2 balls were stuck together. Gerda actually has a pretty good run out, but going back to the cloth, you're right. You have to hit the balls. It's like in golf, driving a ball 300-plus yards. I mean, that's what you have to do to get a good result on the break.
How are the players down there reacting? You were on the floor for a couple days.
The players love it. I mean, you know, the people with the weak breaks that on different faster cloths are getting results are now crying because I said, well, you know, you gotta practice your break and hit them like Strickland or Manalo or, you know, a list of other gentlemen. So that's the thing. I mean, that separates kind of the men from the boys. She's going to have to draw the cue ball back and break out that 2 ball. And I'm not sure if that goes. She attempted to do that. I'm not sure if it goes or not. If we look at it again, she draws back. Now, see, what happened was, I think Gerda, well, she's got problems here. She can make the 6, but she has to either go back and forth, control the cue ball. She has problems here. This is a tough shot, number 1. And let's see what happens. Ooh, I'm surprised. Now, see, she hit the 9. She wasn't trying to do that. Now she really has problems because you can see the 2 balls near the rail. It's a very tough shot. Even if she makes it, she may not get position. Her best bet is probably
7 in the corner.
Playing the 7 ball. She's got to hit this either very easy or very hard, one of the 2. Probably easy, yes. That's a very tough shot. Very tough shot.
Gerda cannot afford many misses This is an elimination game for her with Earl on top 7-2 in the race to 8.
See, she tries to roll the ball in very easy, and you see she overcuts it to try and get on the orange ball. But that's a pretty tough shot. But actually, Earl is actually opening up with a fairly tough shot.
Play the 9 ball.
This is not an easy shot, believe
9
me.
ball in the corner.
Now, Gerda's missed a lot of balls.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
she at the King of the Hill, when she played Earl, she didn't miss very many balls. Earl was missing all the balls.
Yes, I think, well, I think she's got a little intimidated this time in the score being, 7-2. Now, Earl actually broke him out, but then they stuck together.
Yeah, viewers that may have remembered the King of the Hill competition would certainly have remembered Earl Strickland self-destructing.
Yes. Well, that was one of those things. I mean, it was a 7-7 match, where here he's got a commanding lead of 7-2. It's frustrating.
13 here, corner.
Now, he's going to try and play either the 13. See those 2 balls up in the right side of the screen? I think he's going to try and break them out right now or play position for the other strike. I think he's going to try and break him right here. And that is an Earl Strickland great shot right there. See what he does there?
Oh, it rolled out. Did you see that? It wasn't going to do that, and it rolled over and gave me a shot. Jeez. That never happens for me. Things are changing. I don't believe that. 10 in the corner.
I've also noticed that after he admonished the referee,
I'm up. I got to play perfect to win.
the officials are now watching the rest of this match via closed-circuit television in the next county.
Yes. Earl's able to do anything. See, I think the referees, he's intimidated them more than anybody.
14 in the corner.
No one wants to incur the wrath of Earl the Pearl, who is on a roll here on the verge of eliminating Gerda Hofstattor.
He actually showed some knowledge there running this rack now. I can tell you that right now. He's made a great run out here. Broke out balls. He looked like he knew what he was doing there.
Sorry. You didn't get the rolls. You didn't play as good that time. You didn't play as good that time.
So Earl Strickland exercises some of the demons within and ends up winning 4 of 5 matches in the round. He moves on to the next round and will be a formidable foe if he continues in stroke. Johnny the Scorpion Archer, one of the heavy favorites to win the event, has also moved on to the next round. Ronnie O'Sullivan, the snooker legend, has advanced by virtue of his 2 wins in this round. Nick Vandenberg of the Netherlands is in. So is Mika Immonen of Finland. Germany's Thorsten Homan has moved on, as have Corey Cash Money Duel, American Gabe the Babe Owen, and the Filipino connection Efren Reyes, Marlon Manalo, Francisco Bustamante, and Dennis Orcalo. Allison Fisher, the Duchess of Doom, after a flawless round 1, lost all 5 of her matches here in round 2. So she's toast here at the International Pool Tour. So is Laurie John Jones and Keith McCready, amongst others. Mike Siegel, a number of great players have dodged bullets here in round 2, and since you're no longer in the tournament and no longer your personal favorite to win it all, what will it take for these players to continue?
Well, they have to concentrate. They have to, eliminate all their fears of the pressure. And it's still early, so we're going to have to see what happens.
All right, onward with the International Pool Tour. We'll see you for exciting round 3 action next time